Hey, a wild sounds appeared, and that was a really great delay in the audio there. I know what y'all wondering. He was outside before, and now he's in a cave. What happened? Well, I reloaded. I forgot to mention during that first episode of this startup, when 2 episodes ago, that I'm starting to chop out the bits where I return. I'm chopping out a lot because I do want to get through this like as soon as possible. I'm ready to cut this series loose as soon as I'm done beating the Elite Four and shit. Maybe I'll stick around for an extra bit, but who knows? You know, I'm not there yet. We ain't seen that shit. Know what I'm saying? Oh, excuse me. Hold on a sec. All right, let's talk about my man, Greninja. Okay, hey Greninja, how are you today?
I'm doing okay, Saunders. You should really not make an annoying joke about how I have a bad voice, because I'm a frog.
Well, you know, it's in the recording now. So Greninja, I think he's overrated, but I don't hate him. I'll be like that. Like, you know, I can appreciate him. Every now and again, I'm starting to get like Strider. Is it Strider? No, yeah, Strider. Strider vibes from him. But you know, I don't feel like it's enough to carry him by. That's just me. As for Ash's Greninja, there isn't an art of him. It's an improvement. It's not much of one, but it's one nonetheless. I wonder where my Ash's Greninja went. Pangoro. Pangoro's super cool because it's our first fighting Dark. And he's a fucking panda. And he's got like a cape. And he's got a twig in his mouth. He's mad all the time. He's great. I love him. It's a shame he's on his way to extinction. Dude, fucking Pangoro, 50% male, 50% female, make that 99%. I don't know what the division is between them. Maybe there is an equal one and they just don't fuck. Anyway, Inkle and Malamar? Malamar, okay. Frustrating evolutionary tactic ever. The worst. See, this soundtrack got me worried for a bit. I was worried that my thing had glitched out. I'm like, how can it stutter? It's a bit program. It'll either crash or, like, I've never seen anything stutter like that in completely digital format. Inkle and Malamar. I like the look of Malamar. It looks kind of like a Medusa, so I can dig it. Yvetto, that's big subtle Y right there. And then Hoopa Unbound, who's kick-ass. Incineroar, who I very much undervalued at the time, but am now totally think is totally awesome. And last is Guzzlord, that guy, that fucking weirdo, you know? God, he's so... I love him. He's got a little bit of the problem where he can't close his mouth fully, but, you know, I'm willing to deal with it. I'm gonna look past it, because that fucking Ma man. That fucking Ma man. Ma man. My man! Looking good. Okay. Alright, now we're moving on to the dark type moves. Assurance. I don't understand it. It's like assurance of what? You can't hurt somebody for assurance. I guess maybe it's a form of double tap. That seems just like a bad translation to me. Bite. Bite's a classic one. I love Bite. And the fact that it's dark because Biting doesn't make sense, even though it's a fighting move technically, but biting is generally not allowed in fighting. Unless it's like you go get one of those weird bite massages. You know, like, how can that woman live with herself? Christ. You know, you get somebody with as many blackheads on my back as me, and it's just like, hey, a mouthful. Oh god. Anyway, Brutal Swing, it's a limited Pokemon thing, so if you got them, go for it. If you got it, flaunt it. Crunch is a good one. Just an upgraded bite, nothing more needs to be said. Although, you know, technically, instead of the flinch, it's got a lower defense stat possibility. Still, it's good. Dark Pulse, finally a good dark special attack. That's like really fucking powerful. Next to Dark Void, which doesn't have any power to it. Let's see. Darkest Lariat, the greatest fucking move that is just him, like him T-posing and swinging his arms, which is fucking stupid. But I like the name. Embargo, don't give a fuck. Fake Tears, don't give a fuck. Faint Attack. It's fine if you are really desperate to get a dark move. Other than that, I don't care for it. I don't think it's anything really all that useful if you don't have Faint Attack or anything like that. I was on Faint Attack. God, that was what I was thinking of. Well, what was the one that I wasn't thinking of? That was Sucker Punch. Okay, huh. Flatter. Don't get why this is dark. If Flagger. Oh boy. If Flatter is a dark type move, then why Swagger normal? Just I don't. Okay, whatever. Fling. That's only good for your for like having a gimmick mon. Like what I would occasionally do is I would give before I get the Mega Stone, I would move the I would put the Poison Barb in Gengar's hand. And then use Fling and fling it at them, and aha! Now you're taking damage every turn, stupid fucko. Get wrecked, man. But unless you're doing something like that, don't really bother. I'm gonna say Foul Play is actually really good. It's just there's only like it's not a handful of Pokemon, but it's a little over a handful. I'm gonna say like 15 or so. So if you've gotta use it, if you don't, fuck it. Home Claws, don't give a fuck. Hyperspace Fury, let me guess. Oh, it's just fucking Hoopa. Knock off. If you're facing a gym leader who uses an item, which most of them don't, then maybe use it, but you're having a tough time with them. Otherwise, don't bother. Memento. Oh, Night Gaze, hello! Night Gaze is super good. Too bad it can only be learned by 2 Pokemon, so fuck. Night Slash! Night Slash is the baby. It's the big cheese. It's the tomato sauce and Greek dressing. Relish. I thought there was a TM for it, but I guess not. I guess I'm just that stupid. Let's see. Payback. No, I'm gonna come out and say dark types. Unless you got a really tanky dark type, of which there aren't that many, just go with it. Pursuit. Yeah, I remember just hating that move as a kid. Let me look at the specific. Oh yeah, no. If it's switching out, you don't know when it's gonna switch out, ever. Especially when it comes to the AI. They do it so seldomly that, you know, you'll actually like go "Buh!" when it happens. Like even in the old games, like that was one of the things that pissed me off about the about that bit in Pokemon Stadium 2 with Team Rocket. Once people find out how to emulate the N64 properly, is when we'll do a playthrough of that. So essentially, when pigs fly. No, I know, like, I could just get an HDMI treatment on it, but why? But why, Lisa? Why? Lisa, why? You're tearing me apart. Thief? What? I return back to my knockoff statement. Go back to that. Throat chop, which is fucking brutal. I don't know why Cineroar has it. I mean, obviously because it's dark. But I would expect it... I don't expect for Incineroar to be a fucking heel. You know? I expect him to be the fucking champ. Yeah, I don't see why Incineroar is so mean. I guess he's the heel after all. What a fucking piece of human garbage. Why isn't Throat Chop in Pokemon Stadium as one of them? Is it because it'd be too powerful? Because that's 80 fucking power. Holy shit balls. Alright, that covers our dark talks. I'm leaving my dark place. No, I'm just kidding. My dark place never leaves me. I couldn't leave it if I wanted to, but I want to. I want to so bad. Let's go back to the Mons, because next we are going to get into our final, I'm fairly confident, final mode type, which is a fairy. And I think that's a very good decision. It's me slapping my leg. In my current state, I'm thinking it's like gonna sound like drums, like do 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 do. Except as opposed to "In the Air Tonight" by Phil Collins, it'd be a drum shot. Ba-doom, da-doom, da-doom, da-doom. Oh god. Oh, the nihilism's coming back. Why is Jigglypuff both a normal and a fairy? It can be one thing. Normal doesn't mean anything when it's attached to something, because you know what? Something that's not normal is abnormal. Therefore, normal and that's a contradiction, laddie. Scottish Korean. Don't make a wee bit of sense. That was a great ad campaign. I don't know why they cut that shit out. I guess, I don't know, wasn't moving units. Guess it wasn't hot that year. I mean, maybe like, you know what's a good example of toxic masculinity is? It's when you get it's that zombie that is being just a dick to a father and son to that father and son in that Sunny Delight no, it was Sunny D. No, it was what was it? Sunburst? No, it wasn't Sunburst. Oh my god, what was I talking about? Starburst! That's it. Okay, Scottish Korean Starburst. Because it's a solid and it's a lick. You see, it worked! Your ad campaign worked! You sons of bitches. I could remember your branding without it. Just bring him back. Bring back the Scottish Korean man. Maybe it came out that he was like from Taiwan or something. And they were like, how dare you! Like that one guy who was the Utah Ute when actually he was Comanche. And, you know, it's like, alright, we'll just go with not having a mascot. What a good idea, guys. Well, you know, You know what? No, I'm not gonna blame it on them. That's so bad. That's no. I'm gonna blame the fucking racist ass university folk who are like, let's name our team after Native Americans. You know, commodify them to shit. Anyway, next time fairies, stay wild. This is gonna be a wild night at the Raspberry. Is it called the Raspberry? The Raspberry Awards? Fuck.
Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. Nobody knows my sorrow.